Wednesday, y'all. I have a later start to my day today, so I missed my good morning, but it is just fine. I'm headed to the studio to do a watch me grow session, which, like I said, I love these moments because this is where I form connections with families, and it's just, you know that you're about to see them 5 times. And so these are some of my favorite things to do and to see and to experience. So I am grateful for that. Today's challenge is to do a letter to my younger self. Y'all, let me insert this clip from last night right here. Y'all, it is currently 11 o'clock. This is still March 11th. What possessed me to say that I was going to go ahead and write my note to my younger self, my letter to my younger self for tomorrow's challenge? Baby, I laid across that bed and cried. What? Why would I do this to myself? I already said it was heavy. Maybe it was because I was sitting in the heaviness that I was just like, cool, let's do that. Yeah, that wasn't a move. I recorded it as a voice memo. You could hear snot in the voice memo. It was, yeah. All right, so how I originally did it was I did a letter to my 18-year-old self, my 21-year-old self, my 25, and my 30-year-old self. I don't think that's the move, y'all. So we're going to have to pivot this thing tomorrow, or we're just not going to specify what age. But also, I feel like me specifying the age helped. Maybe it didn't. But I feel like it could help somebody else. I don't know. But we're going to tap in tomorrow. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Love you. Bye. Y'all, I was so serious. So I'm going to redo that. Part of me wants to do it aesthetically pleasing. The other part of me is like, Brittany, just do it. Something is like, go to the park and do it. And yeah, am I really going to be out in this park potentially crying? Who knows? But we'll see if we do it there or we do it in the house. This morning was a little heavy for me. And it's just like, okay, Lord, I see you moving. And I'm so grateful for people in my life that I could be like, hey, I need your prayers, and know that I have them. Sometimes in these moments, it's hard to be vulnerable to a moment that you're like actively walking through. And it's like, I don't necessarily always need your joke when it comes to something heavy. And so some of those feel like a good punch, but the other part of it is like, bro, I also know that in the moment that it feels like I don't necessarily have the words to pray, I know that my people got my back. And that's one of the things that is a blessing when you have community, whether church built or you built your own, is you can be like, nah, I am struggling right now, and know that they are willing to send up the prayers for you. And so that's that on that. The other part of my challenge today is the way that you move. And so I started off this morning with a stretch at the house, focusing on my breathing. That one was emotional this morning. And I felt my stretch. I did the proper frog pose, and I felt that bad boy in my lower back. Oh my gosh. I'm like, let me write this one down because I don't want to forget this one. Like, that stretch right there did me some good. And it's interesting how like the slightest pivot of your foot, or when I was doing both legs stretched towards me, all I did was move my toes, bent my toes. Wait, how your toes bend? Yes, I bent my toes. And you felt the stretch in a whole different spot. And I'm like, it's so interesting what the body can do. So I've paid attention to my body already. And yeah, so that's what we're about to do. Yeah, am I really finna go outside and do this recording? First of all, I'm living on the edge with this pollen already in the air, but why not? Why not, actually? Lord, let there be nobody at the park. That's the thing. I do not want to do this if somebody is watching. That's what I don't want to do. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, what you doing? Because I do like how I broke it down last night with, I did my 18-year-old self, 18, 21, 25, and 30. That's who I did the different tiers in this to my younger self. think I want to stick with it because what 18 and 21 meant was huge. And also that 21 to 25 was a different game change because I'm starting business at this point. Yeah, I think I need to stick with it. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. And yeah, I'll pick y'all up later. Bye. A letter to my younger self. Let me start this off as a hi beautiful, because I don't think that I necessarily saw myself as beautiful at that point in time. And I'm just like, what does that realistically look like? So, dear 18-year-old Brittany, girl, you think you grown, but you're not. You're not. For all of the things that you thought that you knew, you didn't. You are naive. And I don't even know that you are naive at this point in time. And yet, I am so grateful that the Lord covered you. You're getting ready to go into the real world, into college, a place on your own. And yet, you really don't know what you are getting into. I wish that you knew how amazing you were at this point in your life. I wish that you knew how to navigate life being different in a place where it's a whole lot of copy, paste, and repeat. And because of that, you tried your best to fit in, only to realize that you still stuck out. You're getting ready to experience the college life and learn a little bit more about who you really are when you don't have the eyes of your parents watching over you. But you did find yourself, and I'm proud of you. I wish that you would have slowed down time. I know you tried. You tried really hard. You did 21 hours every semester and summer school to get into the real world. And I really wish that you would have slowed down, took less classes, enjoyed college life. Yeah, you met your best friend. And because your life aligned to hers, it was much easier after finding her. But there's so many other opportunities that you missed because you were rushing through your collegiate years. But nevertheless, I'm proud of you. I am so proud of you. 21-year-old Brittany. Here's the real world. You thought 18 was it. 21 takes you into a whole nother world. After rushing to get through college, here you are trying to find your way. I'm so grateful that Tasha from church asked you to do her wedding. And here you are 15 years later. 15 years later, still doing photography and loving it. But what you didn't know was how hard running a business would be, especially being naive and not knowing who you were in this world. It's you trying to figure out how to run a business, how to get clients, take in any and every session, only to be burned by some of the hardest moments. And yet, you're still in it, and I'm proud of you. I am so proud of you. I wish that you could see what all you carry and that you wouldn't dim down your light, because this is when it started. Also, when comparison took over and you started comparing someone else's day 1,562 to your day one. And because of that, you were harder on yourself than you should have been. But I'm proud of you for learning in this process that grace upon grace upon grace is necessary for this journey. Whew. 25-year-old Brittany. Girl, you in the thick of it now. Like the thick of it. Business, life, finding out who you are, friendships, or lack thereof. You're starting to see who may not be along for this journey. But oh girl, if only you knew this was only the beginning. If only you knew that this was only the beginning. You are now 4 years in on business. You just got the studio and you don't know the ins and the outs of it all. You look back in small beginnings. Small beginnings. And yet I see the Lord's hand in every part of it. Well, God, I thank you. Man, I'm so proud of you for not giving up on God. Your frustrations are there. And yet you have held strong to his hand. And I'm so proud of you. Ooh, 30-year-old Brittany. Man, you done entered into a new decade. I know you thought life would look different, and it didn't. What you don't know is you're getting ready to have a surgery that's about to change your world. And yet, I still see God's hand in all of it. In every bit of it. I'm so proud of you for where the business is going and where it is growing to. I'm so proud of you for unfollowing the people that you kept comparing yourself to. Because you were pretty amazing. I see you working on your craft. And sometimes the scariest thing is just starting. But you did it, and you kept going, and you show up every day. What you don't know is that you're about to lose quite a few friendships. And it's going to change you. And you're getting ready to lose your father. And it's going to change you. But through all of the obstacles and opposition, you are blooming into the woman that God has created you to be. I wish that you would be bolder in this process. But I get it. It takes time. I see you loving yourself differently now. And I'm proud of you. So, Brittany, keep growing. Keep growing. Keep unfolding this thing called life. Because what you don't know is everything that you've gone through is for a purpose. The pain, the hurt, the numbness. It's for a purpose. Now I pray a new level of boldness and courage on you for every place and a space that you walk into. For the things that you pray, for the tears that you cry, for the hopes that you have, for the visions that you've seen but have yet to come. Keep going, keep growing, keep unfolding this thing called life. I love you, Brittany.